In this video, you're going to learn what's stopping you from having poker success. If you're new to my channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset and performance coach who helps poker players to reach that next level of performance. Now, I work with poker players every single day, and I see a lot of patterns that occur that stop players from having success that I want to share with you guys so you don't make the same mistakes. Now, when it comes to having success in poker, first of all, you've got to have a clear vision, a clear goal, end destination, clear vision of where you're trying to get to. So I'm going to assume watching this video, you know what you want. You know what you want to get out of poker and get out of life. If you don't, stop this video now and write down some goals that you're trying to achieve. Say you've got that, what can stop you? What can stop you on that path? First of all, before we get started, there's a victim mindset. So if you've got a victim mentality where everything's not your fault, the reason you're having a success is because a bad variance, because things went against you, because the environment's not good, because X, Y, Z. If you're looking at the lens through the victim mindset, you're never going to have success. Okay, so I'm not going to touch on that too much, but if you do have a victim mindset, that's going to undo you before anything else. I'm not going to cover that in today's video, but make sure you don't have a victim mindset and you're taking responsibility for everything that happens. So let's assume you've got clear goals right now. Let's assume that you don't have a victim mindset and you take responsibility for your life and the outcomes that you generate. What stops you? What stops you from achieving your biggest poker goals? Let's say you want to achieve financial freedom. A lot of poker players, when I ask them, what is the one goal you want to achieve through poker? 80 to 90% say financial freedom or some form of financial security. So what stops you from achieving it? What stops poker players like yourself from achieving financial freedom? There's one big thing. It's belief. It's belief, okay? So you want something, but on some level, conscious or subconscious, you don't believe that you can achieve it. You don't believe you can, or you don't believe you deserve to achieve it. So what is a belief? What's a belief, and why is it stopping you? We get out of life not what we want, but what we believe we think we are worth. Because what we believe we think we are worth, we act in alignment with that. So if I set a goal for 2020 or 2021 to make $1 billion, I could never do that because I have a belief system that tells me that's impossible. So if your belief tells you you can't, you stop before you get started. So if your goal is financial freedom and you don't believe that's possible for you, not for somebody else, like forget what other people are doing. If you don't believe it's possible for you, you won't take the actions in alignment with it. You'll self-sabotage yourself. You'll have fears of insecurities, fears of failure, fears of judgment, even fears of success will crop up because on some level you don't believe that you can do it. So where does a belief come from? A belief comes from thoughts. Thoughts and experiences over the course of our lifetime create beliefs. So if you look at a belief, it's basically a bundle of thoughts that we've thought so often through so many experiences that it becomes a conviction that we class as true. So a lot of people struggle to go from a low income to a high income because they see everything they've seen from their experiences has shown them that money's hard to get by. It's difficult to make money. All the frame of references from their experiences are from limitation. So to go to abundance mindset where you can actually have high income, it's a complete, they haven't got any experience of that. So their belief system is making a lot of money is hard. For you guys climbing the poker ladder, one of your biggest challenges is right now, you haven't had the success that you want. So there's no evidence to show that you can actually achieve this outcome. You've got your current success, which isn't where you want it to be, but the success you want, how do you even get there? And you've got to have almost like a blind faith that you can figure out the pieces, that you can actually figure out the steps in order to get your goal. So our past experiences and our thoughts are bundling together to create a belief. Now, you need to make sure that you truly believe that you're capable either right now of achieving your goals or, an even more important belief, that you are capable of learning and growing and doing whatever it takes to achieve your outcome. So if you've got a goal, let's say it's financial freedom, let's say it's $500,000 or $1 million, players often say that round number of $1 million they want to make. So let's say that's your goal. And let's say it's more modest, like 100K, probably more relatable to the average viewer here. Let's say your goal is to make 100K through poker. If you only make a few grand, $2 grand, $5 grand a month at the minute, it might seem like, how am I going to do that? And all your experiences, all your past experiences lead to the fact that maybe I can't. I haven't done it so far. Why could I possibly achieve that? So you're using your past experiences to create this belief system that Maybe it's too hard for me. Maybe a few years ago I could have. Maybe if I was somebody else, maybe if I was able to do this, but because I'm me, I'm not going to be able to. So we're using our past experiences to create a belief that we can't. And a lot of people do this subconsciously. That's why beliefs are difficult, because they happen on a subconscious level. We're not actively going, oh yeah, I believe all these things, but our beliefs are shown through our actions. So if you've got a goal of 100K or whatever it is, and you're not making it and you're not making progress, there's something to do with your beliefs. You don't believe that you can achieve it. So how do you create belief when there's no evidence of it? You've got to start to understand, okay, anything is possible if you can believe it with enough conviction. So what I mean by that, if you can get past your analytical brain trying to use logic, going, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. If you can get the mindset that you can get good enough, you can learn, you can improve, you can grow to achieve that outcome, you can start to get past that. So when you've got a belief that's telling you you can't do something, the first thing you've got to do is call bullshit. You've got to call bullshit on that, and you've got to show either how other people have achieved what you want, but even more importantly, how it's possible for you to achieve that. So what you do is you start to build your confidence. You go, okay, well, could I make, if I'm trying to make 100 grand, have I made 2 grand a month before? Yes, I have. Awesome, I've made 2 grand a month. So did I go from 0 to 2 grand at some point? Yeah, I did. So I've made progress. Have I moved up stakes in my career? Yeah, I have. So is it possible for me to move up stakes again? Yeah, if I worked hard, I could move up stakes again. Okay, if I move up stakes, could I increase my income again? Yes. Am I someone who can learn and grow and improve? You start to create a new narrative, not one about I can't do, but why you can. And we see, this is the most important part of this video, we see what we're looking for. Okay? We see what we are looking for. So if we look for areas to improve and why we can, we will find the evidence. If we look for the reason why we can't and why it's going to fail, we will find the evidence. And that becomes a belief. So you need to overcome your mind trying to box you in based on your past experiences and going, my past is not an indication of my future. At any moment, I can get in alignment with that new goal and start to believe that. But I need evidence. That the mind, the logical brain, needs evidence to support that. So if you want to make 100K or financial freedom or any goal like that, you've got to start to gather evidence for your brain to counter the belief that you can't. The belief that you can't. On some level, you'll be saying, I can't do this. If you've got fear of being judged, fear of how it's going to look, fear of you're not able to be disciplined in face of obstacles, good chance beliefs are holding you back. So it's a really, really, really important thing to be paying attention to. We're seeing the world not as it is, but through our belief systems. And very, very often, most people are just handcuffing themselves and unable to have success in poker and in life because their beliefs are holding them back. So I'm going to walk you through a quick little formula. I like to have a little formula to create a little something to remember from the video of how you can implement this to have success in anything you do. So there's 3 things you need to have amazing success in poker and amazing success in life. It's a model that applies to everything. So the first thing is desire. So you need a desire. You need to know what you want and why you want it. Why do I want it? You need that fuel. Without that, there's nothing to start. There's no end destination in mind with a clear motive. There's no way you're going to get anywhere. So if you haven't got a strong desire, work on that. Work on getting clarity of the vision of what you want and why you want it. Once you've got that, the biggest one, belief. And if you haven't got the belief, you're always going to stop yourself. You will never get going. You cannot overcome your belief systems. You cannot fight against them. If you've got a belief system that says you can't do something, you will find a way not to do it. So another way you can do this is you've got to look at belief systems that are very malleable. Okay, so we just need to convince ourselves that we can do something. And let's say the goal was 100 grand and your belief system was like, nah, not for me. I can't make 100 grand. What you've got to do is downgrade that goal in the short term to something that is doable. So let's say 100 grand is like, I just can't get myself to believe this. It just doesn't seem real. What about 90 grand? Is that believable? Nah, still not. What about 60 grand? Maybe. What about 50 grand? Yeah, getting close. What about 40 grand? Yeah, 40 grand is probably about right. Okay, awesome. So you believe you can make 40 grand. Awesome, we've got the belief there. Now we need to widen that range over time. Prove to yourself that you make 40. And then once you've made 40, now what? What's next? And often with beliefs, if you can't get past like the data points of your brain and create new data points, not just on your own experiences, often you've got to incrementally improve that belief system. Okay, so we edge it up. So one of the worst things I was doing for my poker career, I was setting these big, audacious, scary goals early in my career, and I was not achieving them. I wasn't getting close to them. And the reason was, as I was writing them down, I was like, didn't believe it. I didn't believe I was capable of achieving it. I didn't believe I was capable of getting there. So it's pointless writing goals down. It's pointless desiring $1 million when you haven't made 10 grand. It's pointless desiring huge things when you haven't shown to yourself that you can achieve the small things. So somebody's going to lower your desires in the short term to strengthen that belief, live in alignment with that, that desire, have some success, that strengthens the belief, and then you can widen it further. And then finally is action. So you have a desire for what you want, you believe truly in your being that I can do this, I can learn it, the skills needed, or I'm good enough already, and you take action in line with that, success is all but guaranteed, just on a time frame. Now, actions actually, once these two are in alignment, belief and desire, action comes naturally. Desire plus belief equals action. Almost, like you can almost say that equals action equals success. Like action does not come hard when you've got that desire and that belief in place. So if you're struggling right now with discipline, if you're struggling to try and will yourself to do stuff, get back in touch with the desire to get the motivation going. If you feel like, okay, I know what I want really, really bad, but I keep self-sabotaging myself. I keep getting close and then going backwards. I keep making progress and then going backwards. Work on your beliefs. Understand why you think the way you do, why you believe you can't. And remember with beliefs, first step, call bullshit on them. Call bullshit on them. Going, a belief is something that I've chosen to believe. Beliefs are very subjective. They're not true. They're not an objective truth. They are subjective experience. And very often, the people who have the most success are the ones who have the loosest belief systems, meaning they don't box themselves in. They create a wider belief system, okay? I don't know. Because the best answer is, you don't know if you can be successful or not. But is it better to believe you can or better to believe you can't? Much, much better to believe you can. If you believe you can, you've got a shot. You're in the race. You've got a real good opportunity. If you believe you can't, game over. Done. Stop what you're doing. The belief system will stop you right in your tracks. Okay? So work on these things, a very, very important area to overcome your beliefs in order to have the success you want in life. Now, if you're a poker player who's ambitious and you want to reach your full potential, I've got a few spots have just come available in my Peak Performance Program. This is one-on-one coaching, working with me every single week to achieve mastery of your health, your performance, and your lifestyle. So this is something that you'd be interested in. Click on the link in the description to apply for that. There's going to be plenty more content coming from me very soon.